Hi everyone, this is Jen Grisanti and welcome to my website. I am so happy that you are here. I wanted to give you an idea of who I am and how I work with screenwriters. So I am a story career consultant. I have been working with writers for 25 years, and I started my business in January of 2008. At that time, I also started as the writing instructor for Writers on the Verge at NBC. Before this, I started my career at Spelling Television, and Aaron Spelling was my mentor for 12 years. While I was at Spelling Television, I covered shows including Beverly Hills 90210, Melrose Place, and both of these were the originals, and Seventh Heaven and Charmed, and all of Spelling shows between 1994 and 2004. When I was at Spelling, I eventually ran current programs, and from there I went on to become a vice president of current programs at CBS Paramount, where I covered shows including the 4400, Medium, NCIS, Numbers, and Girlfriends. From there, I started my own business. And since I started my business, and I made it my focus with my business to focus on getting the script to a sale, I learned that one of the key components of taking a writer from being a non-working writer to a working writer was the perfecting the TV pilot script. So I put a tremendous amount of my focus into demystifying the script writing process so that writers could write at a level that could lead to a sale. And with this focus, I feel very grateful that 78 pilots have sold from the writers that I've worked with since I opened my company. And I am all about working on the development of your story. So I'm not an agent or manager. Most, or not most, I would say half the writers I work with have agents and managers. So the work that we do then leads the agent and manager to send out the script, and that has been a large part of what has led to the sale. I've also worked with writers who didn't have an agent or manager, and the work that we did together led to them getting an agent and or manager. So know that my area of expertise is story development. This is everything that I have done as a current programming executive. I was able to see my notes made on up to 5 top primetime shows a week. And this experience was invaluable in helping me to know and understand story. So when I decided to open my own company, it was all about the simple concept of what if writers had access to someone who was like their own personal studio executive. And the goal and mission was to help writers know the tools that it takes to get to a sale. So this is everything that has inspired my business, and this is everything that I work on with my consults. Know that emotional truth is a huge part of my brand. I work with writers with understanding how to add fiction to your truth in the stories that you tell. I am a believer that this is what connects you to your audience, because your emotional truth is something that makes you extraordinary. And your emotional truth is something that only you know. So this separates you from the masses. To give you a glimpse of how I work with writers, you'll get a tour of my website later on in this video. I wanted to give you a quick sense. So when I work with writers, they book a consult, they send me an email, they tell me what they're interested in after looking at my writer proposals page, which is under the services tab. Then they'll send me an email, they'll tell me what they're interested in, and we'll go from there. With my consults, you can email me your script, your story concept, or your outline, depending on where we are starting. Then the day of the consult, I will email you a Zoom link. And the value of doing our meetings on Zoom is that you will get a recording of the call after the meeting. So you'll get written notes, then I'll have you pitch your idea on the call. I'm not judging your pitch, I just want to hear you talk about your story. Then we will go through the written and the verbal notes. So this gives you an idea of how I work. I would love to work with you. If you have any questions, please let me know. And we will be going through a tour of my website. In this section, we are going to go over how to navigate my website. So the first thing I want you to notice on my homepage is my Film Courage interview. This is probably the most popular interview that I've done. The questions are phenomenal that were asked by Film Courage, and it covers a massive scope. So if you have an interest in understanding my philosophy, a glimpse of my story system, how I work with writers, then I highly recommend that you take a look at this video. Then there is a tab at the top on the right where you can sign up for my newsletter. I highly recommend this if you have an interest in knowing about my upcoming products, and I am currently working on a brand new product that I'm very excited about that I will launch probably in November of 2020. So you can watch for that. And then under that is a tab that says clients have written for. So if you look at this tab, I'm very proud of this because this tab, if you press it, will take you into all the shows that writers I've worked with have staffed on. So that will give you an idea as well of writers who we've worked together and the outcome happened. I am a believer that the dream happens and that it happens every day. And the best attitude you can have is, why not me? So then after that, I want you to look at latest posts. So this will give you an idea of my social media and what my latest posts are. This is also on the right side of the home page. Next, we will go to About, and under About, there is a section Who I Am, Who You Are, Bio, Resume, Testimonials, and the testimonials will give you a fuller view of how I work with writers. The testimonials will cover one-on-one consults, they cover the StoryWise teleseminar, they cover my products. I have many writers who I helped launch their careers before I started my own business. I have some comments from some of them. So this is a section that gives you more information about what people have to say about working together. Under that, you will see media page. Now, media page has my favorite interviews on it. So that, again, will give you a fuller glimpse of who I am through the amazing questions that are asked in these interviews. Next tab is services. So this is the next main tab after about. Under services is probably my most visited page, which is my writer proposals page. So my writer proposals page will give you a full look at all the services that I offer in my one-on-one consults. This goes from a pitch consult to meeting skills to treatments for the TV pilot, the feature film script, and the TV spec script, going into consults for the TV spec script, consults for the TV pilot script, consult for the feature film scripts, consults for book coverage. So with the books, mostly what I work with when I do book consults are authors who are interested in adapting their book into a TV pilot or a feature script. So this page has a huge amount of ideas of how we can work together. I also have what is my most popular consult, which is my 5 coaching consults and my 10 coaching consults. And the reason why this is the most popular is because we cover everything. So this can cover, with my 5 coaching consults, we can cover up to 3 scripts, and we cover meeting skills, we cover pitching, we cover anything you want to cover. So with the great thing with the coaching consults is you don't have to have a completed script. We can go through a script starting in the concept phase, then to the outline, then to 3 drafts of the script. Or if you want to do more than 1 script, we can cover that as well. With the coaching consults, I also create packages that include TV and feature scripts, so I can do a mixture. There are also script packages that do this, but the 5 coaching consults is the best package with regards to the per meeting rate. So this is something that I highly recommend that you look at. Also under services tab is my writer presentations, my business presentations, and how I work with entrepreneurs. Also, make note that with my consults, at this time I'm doing all of my consults online. So the value of having them online is that you will get a Zoom recording link after our meeting. So I wanted you to be aware of this. Then next to the main tab of services is my store page. And on my store page, this is how it is organized. So my most current products and material are at the top, and the ones at the bottom, my workbooks and my CDs, those are much older. So if you have an interest in my most current information, then I highly recommend that you look at my 2 latest products, which both are 8 modules of very intensive story instruction. One is called How to Write a TV Pilot That Sells, Moving Forward, and my most recent one is How to Write a TV Pilot That Sells, 5 Steps to Creating the Series. So the value of the products, and I also have 2 other products below them. One is telling the internal story, the other is telling and selling your TV pilot. So those products, the reason I recommend them is they have all of my handouts that I give out when I'm teaching Writers on the Verge at NBC. They have a huge amount of information in that I do video breakdowns of current shows that are working at a very high level. And I show you my story system with those shows. So if you have an interest again of understanding my philosophy, or you can obviously read my book, Storyline, Finding Gold in Your Life Story, or Change Your Story, Change Your Life. But the value of the products is that they are videos that you will have for up to a year from the date of purchase. So you will be able to watch them over and over again. They have all my handouts, and it is very extensive and detailed information on the writing process. So next to, oh, and then I have my premium story subscription. This is also on my store page under my products. And my premium story subscription is a monthly subscription that is only $22.95. And this is for writers who want to be accountable. So if you are an active writer and you feel that you would benefit from sending me your log lines and a 1 to 2 page pitch document and 3 to 5 story questions every month, then this is a great service for you. Because if you do the 1 to 2 page pitch document every month, then the value you're getting is over $300 that you're getting for $22.95. So then my next tab after my, hold on. My next tab is events and seminars. So most of what you'll find under there right now are upcoming Rockaberry retreats. We have retreats in 2021 going to Italy that I'm doing in April, and 2 that I am doing in July. Those are in France. So if you have an interest in those, then you can go to my events and seminars page and check that out. Also on this page, you'll see when I am doing my next Storywise teleseminar, which will be in February of 2021. And if there are any upcoming socials, you'll see that information in this section. Then you have my blog section. So in my blog, you'll see some of the more current articles I've written. I also wrote a ton of articles for the Huffington Post. So if you have an interest in seeing my blogs on story, then go to the Huffington Post and Google my name. But some of those will be listed under my blog on the website. Then next to the blog is podcasts. I am not currently doing podcasts. However, I have 65 podcasts of top working writers in the business, giving you the information about the good, the bad, and the ugly of what it takes to be a working writer. So I highly recommend that you check out these podcasts. They are incredible because people are honest about what it looks like. And the more information you have, the more you are empowered to create what you want in your writing career. Lastly is my contact page, and that will give you my email and my cell number if you want to contact me as far as setting up a consult. So this gives you a greater view of how I work with writers, what I have to offer. Know that I can specially design consults for you. And if you have any questions, you should email me. I am happy to answer your questions, and I'd love to work with you. So thank you again for browsing my website, and I look forward to hearing from you in the future.